Bigfoot stomping through the pines, aliens sending secret signs, EVPs in the dead of night, ghosts dancing in the pale moonlight. Paranormal for long, we bring it to ya. Truth behind the veil, gotta pursue ya. Talking about the strange, the freaky, the weird. Fearless, we dive wherever gets seen. Portal opens in the woods so deep. Creatures crawl from a timeless sleep. Lights in the sky, they flicker and blaze. Signals from beyond these earthly days.
All right,
everybody.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you.
Thursday.
Yes.
Week went by too quick.
Man, today, the week has gone by quick, but today, I'm telling you, at work, I swear it was 2 days.
Yeah.
It was a long day at work today. I had so much to do, but I got it done so quickly. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. I mean, after lunch, I sat down at the computer. I was trying to work on something. I looked up, look at the clock, 4 o'clock. I'm like,
I gotta go.
See y'all. Hasta la vista. They always tell me, they say, go with God, like Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios.
They say, go with God. I say, okay.
I'm not dying today. No.
Yes.
Hey, baby girl.
Jason, happy birthday.
Yes.
Late
happy
birthday.
Yeah.
On the 15th. That was Tuesday. Happy birthday, man.
Yeah.
Hope you had a great one.
And it only gets better, I promise. What did he say? 43?
43.
Yeah.
Wait till you get 29 like me.
Yeah. Or 25 like me.
Yeah. Then all you want to do is party.
Whoop, whoop. Hey,
Hey,
Paranormal Paul. How you doing, buddy?
Thanks for coming
Thanks
on.
for joining us.
Got
Yes.
Paranormal Paul from Paranormal Among Us.
Yes. Awesome
Check out
podcast.
his podcast.
Yeah. So Black Anise.
Yeah, we're afraid David's going to say the wrong word, but
I've been saying it like in jest, of course, but you know.
yeah, Black Anise is what we're going to be discussing tonight. Anise.
Anise, not the other A word.
Man. So
hey, who we're going to have this Saturday?
This Saturday, we're going to have Mr. Moist himself.
Yes.
Greg Ogles.
Greg Ogle.
He's going to be coming on and giving us a few words. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then what's the Saturday after that?
The
Bigfoot conference, isn't it? Oh, 2 Saturdays away. And we're going to be at the Bigfoot conference. If anyone is around and can go to it, we would love to see you there.
Yeah, we want to see you there if you can get there.
After the Bigfoot conference, now it's going to depend on if we have cell service or not, good cell service or not. Sunday night, we are going to be doing a
Mr. Moisty.
Moisty Wow.
Mr. Moisty. That's what I'm going to call him when he comes on here.
We're going to be doing a special investigation that Sunday night after the conference.
Yes.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Hopefully we can do it live if we got signal. It's way up there, so
it's up in the mountain. So if we have signal, we will do it live. If we do not, we will record it. And Jason will work his magic.
Yeah.
And then it'll be on.
So tonight, though, we're going to be talking about Black Anise. You know, it's one of the most super creepy figures from Old English stories, especially from a place called Leicestershire. Leicestershire.
Yes.
So basically, she's this really gross hag or witch, and parents used to whisper her name to get their kids to behave.
She's coming after you.
Yeah. Black Anise is going to get your anus.
Better not bend over.
But really, she's more than just a simple monster. Black Annis really shows us some ancient fears about wild places, the unknown, and even the darker side of women.
So, with that country twang, it makes it sound like you're talking about the booty.
Annis.
I'm dying. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So we're going to get into what makes her so terrifying.
I'm wondering if anybody that's not from the South that's going to hear us talk is going to be wondering why we're doing a show.
Your wife picked this show out.
She did, yeah.
So we're going to blame her if we got Annis as anus.
Oh, jeez.
So we're going to check out her legends, peek at where her story might have come from, and see why she's still a big deal today in British folklore.
Yes. Paranormal Paul says that's hilarious.
It is. It's funny. She set us up.
I think she did.
It's ANNIS.
Versus.
And we even looked it up how to pronounce it. So
we did, yeah. It is
Annis.
Annis, yeah.
Annis. Not the other one.
What? How's the other one said, Jason?
Anus.
That's funny because, in the South, we could say something like that anyway. Ain't us going to go over here to do something tonight?
Or if you got a friend named Enos, we call him Anus. Come here.
Come here, Anus. Oh, Lord. Anyway, so Black Annis is always described as a very monstrous being. Now, she is designed to scare and make you obey. Like Jason said, she was always told the kids, Her whole look is designed to evoke a visceral sense of dread and reinforce social norms, making her a perfect cautionary figure. Now, one of the most famous unsettling things about her is her livid blue or even black face. It is so unique and creepy, often making you think of a corpse or something from a super cold or otherworldly place. Now, the weird color really sets her apart from average witches or hags, making her look profoundly disturbing and just plain not from around here. That's like something we would say, right? You're not from around here.
Yeah. You're really not from around here.
That blue shade often suggests decay and harshness of winter, or some deep connection to a ghostly dimension beyond normal reality. Now, it kind of screams unnatural and deadly, making her instantly recognizable and deeply unsettling. You won't forget a face like hers. Some folks even say her skin was a pale blue, which would look extra weird from her dark, matted hair and those formidable iron claws. Iron claws. That is truly grotesque sight. What was funny to me is when we started doing, and I was reading about this for us to do the show, the iron claws kind of reminded me a little bit about Spearfinger.
Yeah.
A Cherokee legend. So it's kind of funny how they have that kind of in common almost.
Oddly enough, we're both wearing blue. That was pre-planned.
Yeah. That is funny,
just to let you know that was pre-planned.
Yeah.
Blue's my favorite color anyway.
Is it? Red is mine.
Red.
I like red. So Black Annis has these massive, scary iron talons. They're not just long nails. They're like powerful weapon-like appendages. Now, they're often described as being gross with human flesh. The material itself, iron, is super symbolic, hinting at an unnatural strength and how impossible she is to destroy. Iron is often linked to an ancient tools, weapons, and even darker industrial vibe, which gives her this primal, unyielding power that's way beyond normal human strength. Now, these stories explicitly say she used these very claws to dig out of her underground home, a cave that she meticulously carved into the tough sandstone cliffs. Now, the act of creating her own lair with such brutal, unnatural force kind of highlights how monstrous and potent she is, showing off her raw, untamed power and her deep, almost geological connection to the earth itself. Now, the image of her blood-stained talons is absolutely central to her terrifying identity. Grotesque anatomical features beyond her signature blue face and iron claws. There's descriptions of Black Annis often include other repulsive features that complete her horrifying portrait. She's frequently depicted with sharp fanged teeth, elongated and pointed nose, and disheveled, greasy black hair. She don't like to bathe. You know, she might be akin to the Green Witch on the Wizard of Oz. She bathes, she melts.
Maybe.
You know, that makes sense now. Now, these details really emphasize how far removed she is from human norms and firmly place her in the realm of the monstrous. Now, some of the more chilling narratives even suggest she had just one blazing eye, which is a characteristic common among other mythical cyclopean monsters.
Cyclops.
Yes. You can imagine that a single intense gaze. It would be incredibly piercing and terrifying. It would create an unnerving intensity that would probably paralyze anyone unlucky enough to see it. Now, it truly completes her monstrous aesthetic, making her an unforgettable figure of dread. What would you do if she come popping out?
I would pop in the house and
It'd be like this.
grab the Centurion 12 gauge fully automatic. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Run. Now, here's one of the most gruesome and disturbing parts of the Black Annis legend. She actually flays the skins off her victims, both innocent children and defenseless lambs. Now, after she eats them, she then meticulously tans the hides under the eerie glow of the moonlight, turning them into profoundly morbid trophies. These tanned skins are subsequently worn around her waist like a girdle, or used to line the interior of her dark, damp cave. Now, this detail doesn't just underscore her cannibalistic nature, it also adds a layer of ritualistic horror to her actions. It implies a deliberate and perverse gratification derived from her atrocities. Now, the display of these trophies serve as a visual warning to anyone who might stumble upon her lair, a chilling sign of future transgressions and a constant psychological torment for the local populace. It reminds them of grim fates of those who disappeared. Just imagine seeing that. Now, she is a nighttime apex predator. Black Annis is by no means a passive entity. She is very active, relentless, and a very highly proficient predator, driven by an insatiable craving for flesh. Her methods are characterized by cunning and brutality. This makes her a truly formidable adversary against whom conventional defenses are often futile. What do you think, Jason?
I think she's a mean old witch.
With iron claws, and she likes to fillet and eat people.
I like the word fillet, and I like the word hag together. So, I mean, it's a good, scary story.
Paranormal Paul's right. Probably shouldn't be eaten right now.
No.
Unless this kind of thing does not bother you.
She craves human flesh, right?
With fava beans. Her primary and most terrifying objective is her unyielding craving for human flesh. So, particularly that of children, in addition to lambs.
Other white meat.
That's it.
Baby, baby, the other white meat.
Jump in my belly.
Get in my belly.
Now, this establishes her as a direct and horrifying threat to the most vulnerable members of any community, transforming innocent individuals into her sustenance. The specific focus on children really amplifies the pervasive fear, as they represent the future and are typically regarded as the most cherished constituents of society. Now, this aspect of legend taps into a deep primal fear of harm befalling one's offspring, making Black Annis a potent symbol of ultimate horror. Now, she is fundamentally a creature of the night, emerging from her lair during the twilight hours and under the cloak of darkness to stalk the rural landscapes. Her movements are described as swift, agile, and silent, enabling her to approach unsuspecting victims, often without a whisper of warning until it's too late. She is purportedly capable of scuttling on all fours. That's scary. Anytime I see that in like a scary movie, where something's on all fours, and it's like,
especially when it's just standing there and then it drops down and
it glitches and it's glitching as it does it.
Yeah,
you're like, oh my god. Her making nom 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 sounds as she feasts. Nom nom nom.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Which gives her movements an unsettling animalistic quality, and she could leap over obstacles with remarkable velocity. So she could leap buildings in a single bound. Making escape from her pursuit exceptionally challenging. Now, this nocturnal activity reinforces the idea of her as a hidden, ever-present danger that emerges when human senses are most dulled. That's terrible.
Yeah. Just imagine something coming at you and drops down on all fours.
Comes right.
Yeah, with a blue face and a big long nose and warts on it. Some iron claw fingers.
Iron claw fingers. That right there alone would be something, I don't know, amazing.
So, the narratives powerfully emphasizes her terrifying capacity.
Paul sounds like my ex. Hey, me and you have some ex-wife stories we need to swap, buddy. Because I have some too.
Oh, man, I've got a few, and I've had more wives than anybody around here.
Jason's got so many that they've started taking the list.
Yep, I can't get married anymore.
In state Tennessee.
It's against the law. No, seriously. So this emphasizes her terrifying capacity to breach the presumed safety and sanctity of human residences. A space traditionally considered inviolable.
Yeah.
She's said to extend her reach through windows.
Baby girl. Oh, I'm dead. Peed my pants. Frozen fear. Passed out. Creepy ladies dinner. Oh God.
So
that's good.
So she's said to extend her reach through windows to snatch individuals directly from their beds, from within their homes. A violation of personal sanctuary that really heightens the terror. So this specific detail historically led to practical, desperate, and defensive measures in the folklore. Cottages in Leicestershire were purportedly constructed with exceptional diminutive windows.
Little bitty windows.
Yeah, specifically, they were designed to impede the Black Annis and her full ingress,
She can't reach through.
and perhaps permitting only a single arm to penetrate the window. Villagers would also meticulously secure their doors and board up the windows at sunset, living under the constant apprehension of her nocturnal incursions.
Oh, wouldn't that be crazy that you would fear something so badly that you would start boarding up your windows at nighttime?
Yeah. So there's this show out on MGM. It's got like 4 or 5 seasons right now. Next season should be coming soon. But it's called From.
I don't think I've heard of it.
So it's about something like this, but it's a little different. They put talisman up on the at the door to ward them off. They can't come in.
Okay.
And during the day, they're fine. This is all at nighttime. If you go outside, these beasts, zombies, I don't know what you call them, will get you. But the series is called From, and it's really great.
I'm gonna have to
It's
watch
this
it.
little town that the people are traveling somewhere, and they get stopped by a tree falling in the road, and they go back, and it's this little town that they end up in. They can't escape it.
So once you're in, you're done.
Yeah, it's a pretty good series.
Thank you, Paranormal Paul, for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Really appreciate it.
He says thanks for the nightmares. Hey, those are free. They don't cost nothing.
Yeah.
Stop on by and we can try to give some more. I'll tell you what's funny about this is that it reminds me a lot of Lilith and a lullaby. That's where lullaby comes from. It was actually a Lilithaby. Parents would sing these lullabies at nighttime to get Lilith to stay away, right? And I say that because she would come at night. She'd come for the children, right? But they have found in ancient Mesopotamian homes and even homes of ancient Jewish people in doorways, because you're sitting there talking about talismans and all these things. These wards in doorways to keep Lilith and some other demons from being able to come into their homes.
Yeah, that was a big practice back in ancient times, I believe.
Yeah.
It's like the Passover, if you believe in that.
Right.
They had to put the blood over the door, so they would
The
pass
lamb.
them over.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
So her presence was frequently heralded by terrifying and unmistakably auditorial cues, which how do you say that word?
Paradoxically.
Yeah. Offered a fleeting chance for survival. Her howls were reported so potent that they could be heard up to 5 miles away.
Wow. I think that's a Bigfoot.
Yeah. No, I think that's a hag.
That's a
Blue-faced hag named Annis. So, the howls were so potent that they could be heard 5 miles away, providing a chilling yet functional warning to residents to secure their dwellings. So the grinding of her teeth served as another anonymous sign indicating her proximity and affording individuals a few precious moments to seek refuge and get to safety.
Could you imagine hearing a howl, then all of a sudden hearing grinding of teeth after that?
I wouldn't be there. So these auditory signals were deeply embedded in local lore, and they were functioning as a natural, terrifying alarm system that dictated the evening routines and anxieties of the community.
That's crazy.
So the very sound of her approach was enough to induce panic, widespread panic. Her approach, beyond her formidable physical appearance. What does she say?
She says it's like an oswog, except she eats unborn babies. The grinding and was it clicking of her teeth?
Ew.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So beyond her formidable physical appearance, the Black Annis possesses extraordinary physical capabilities. They defy natural explanation. So her strength is sufficient to tear through walls, rip open windows, and it demonstrated a destructive power far beyond humans could do. Her speed enabled her to effectively pursue and capture her prey. Some accounts even suggest an ability to vanish into trees and shadows.
Ooh.
Hinting at a more profound supernatural connection. So, this made her exceptionally elusive and almost impossible to confront. So her apparent imperviousness to conventional weaponry solidifies her status as a truly formidable and terrifying force, suggesting a magical or demonic nature that renders her impervious to ordinary human retaliation. So these characteristics delineate a vivid and horrifying portrayal of Black Annis, an unforgettable entity conceived to instill a deep-seated primal fear, thereby ensuring caution and conformity within the communities she purportedly haunted. I think she's a black witch, hag, demon.
Spearfinger.
I don't know. David's going to talk about her lair.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the physical setting of her lair is, or her legend is actually as integral as her identity. Her grotesque appearance and predatory disposition, her dwelling and the specific territories she frequented are pivotal to her folklore. Now, this grounding is her terrifying presence with a tangible geographical context, and it provides a focal point for the fears that she embodies. Now, she is a cave dweller. Black Annis is linked to a singular and notorious location, which is a dark, concealed cave which is nestled within the Dane Hills. It is a range of sandstone hills situated near Leicestershire, England. If that's not right, I'm sorry.
Leicester.
Say it in the comments.
Leicester.
Yes. We have people from England that watch this show, so
yeah,
they'll be able to tell us that we said it wrong. I'm sure they will. Sorry. This cavern is universally recognized as Black Annis's bower, or in early documentation, it's her bower's close. So the term bower typically connotes a pleasant, verdant retreat. However, in her context, it is a chilling misnomer for a den of profound horror. This is a place of unspeakable acts. The narrative explicitly states that she did not merely discover this cave, but she rather excavated it herself by using her formidable iron claws to carve out the rudimentary chambers and passages within the sandstone cliffs. Now, this act of self-construction of her lair through such brutal and unnatural means further accentuates her monstrous and potent nature. Maybe she's, part like earthworm or something. Burrows.
I don't know.
So this underscores her raw, untamed power and her deep primal, almost geological connection to the realm. Now, the cave thus functioned as a locus of dread, which was a tangible manifestation of her malevolence. This was a place where the very air was said to be heavy with the scent of fear and decay. Now, frequently and ominously associated with her bower is a colossal, ancient, and contorted oak tree that stood prominently at the entrance to her cave. Now, this sentinel is not merely a natural landmark, but assumes a sinister and crucial role in the legend. It is at this location, under the eerie luminescence of the moon, that Black Annis is purportedly observed hanging the flayed skins of her victims.
Ooh.
Yeah. The oak tree, traditionally a symbol of strength, longevity, and vitality, is thereby transmuted into a gruesome monument to her predatory activities. Its branches adorned with the horrifying remnants of her feasts. This public display of her atrocities served as a stark visual abomination to any individual who might dare to approach too closely. It was a chilling testament to her brutal efficiency and constant psychological torment for the local populace, which always reminded them of the grim fate awaiting the unwary and fragility of life. Now, the very sight of the tree would have been enough to send shivers down the spine. I think so.
Oh, yeah.
If I walked up on a big giant oak tree that had filleted skins.
I'd get out there.
Yeah. Yes, mole. There you go. Baby girl said it right. She's a mole.
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 Mole, 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 mole.
You remember that?
Yeah. Mole, 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 mole. So there was a sphere of terror while her cave in the Dane Hills served as her primary domicile. Black Annis, her dominion of terror extended throughout the surrounding rural landscape of Leicestershire. She constituted a pervasive threat. Her influence permeated fear beyond the immediate vicinity of her lair, creating a widespread atmosphere of apprehension and caution. Now, she is described as traversing vast distances at night, moving with swiftness and silence, perpetually seeking her preferred prey, which was innocent children and defensive lambs.
Poor little lambs.
Poor little lambs. The expansive nature of her hunting grounds implied that no isolated cottage. Watch out, people in college. Cottage, no remote farm, and no wandering child was truly secure once darkness descended. Now, her presence infused the entire rural landscape with profound apprehension, which forced communities to adapt their routines and instill strict rules, especially rules concerning nocturnal activities. Now, the fear was not confined to a single spot, but was a pervasive atmospheric dread. Am I getting text messages?
I think I am.
I did too. August. I don't know what the heck I just got, but we're trying to sell our house, and I keep getting these texts about selling our house. So the widespread fear she engendered led to the implementation of specific often desperate defensive measures among the local populace. Now, this illustrates the tangible impact of folklore on daily life. Now, beyond the widely acknowledged practice of constructing cottages with exceptionally diminutive windows, now these were purportedly engineered to prevent her full ingress, perhaps permitting only a single arm to penetrate. Now, wouldn't that be crazy that you believed in something so much that you would make something so small that only an arm could fit through?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Good thing she's not a rat, because as long as her nose could fit through it, she'd be able to go, right? That's insane to me. Now, these villagers also adapted extreme precautions as nightfall approached. Doors were rigorously, why can't I say rigorously?
Rigorously.
There you go. Thank you. Bolted. I'm adding extra syllables to this for no reason.
Rigorously.
There you go. Windows were securely fastened with shutters, and frequently animal skins were affixed over openings. While protective herbs such as rowan or garlic, that's crazy, which was common in apotrophic magic, were positioned above them upon the audibility of her terrifying howls. So these rituals and architectural adaptations underscore the tangible and immediate threat she posed in daily life, and the community's fervent attempts to repel her malevolent presence, transforming every home into potential fortresses against her. Now, is that not weird?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. She's smoking jerky. Imagine the stank coming from that tree. Man, you know you would.
Jerky.
I like jerky.
Yeah.
Never had little kid jerky before. Is that good with some Chianti and
baby jerky?
Get in my belly. You want to go ahead?
There's just a little bit more.
So, a particularly unsettling and intriguing facet of the folklore suggests that Black Annis possessed a secret, a subterranean passage. Why can I not say that? Subterranean. I said it. This clandestine tunnel was believed to establish a direct connection between her cave in the Dane Hills and the cellars beneath Leicester Castle.
What's up, Roy?
What's up, Roy? Such a concealed conduit would have enabled her to traverse unseen and with remarkable clarity between her remote lair and the very nexus of human habitation, therefore augmenting her mystique and persistent sense of dread she inspired. That would be weird.
Mm-hmm.
What would be weird about it is if they could go back and actually see that there's a tunnel there.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of truth in folklore.
I think there is. Now, the idea of an unseen underground network of terror could have rendered her an even more elusive and terrifying adversary. Would make her capable of manifesting seemingly ex nihilo. What is that, Jason?
I don't know.
Within the very heart of the town, making no place truly safe. Now, these detailed accounts of her domicile and territorial domain firmly anchor the legend. Now, this does it within a specific geographical and historical context, thereby rendering her a palpable and immediate threat to the communities of Leicestershire. Now, even in the contemporary era, so now, despite the purported infilling of her cave due to urban development.
Oh, they filled the cave up.
Mhm. And the transformation of the Dane Hills into a residential area, there are still chilling narratives of her nocturnal hunting, and the echoes of her wails and grinding teeth still persist in local memory, which is a testament to the enduring power of her legend and its deep roots in this regional landscape.
Hmm.
Google it, Jason. Are you Googling the word I couldn't say? What does it say? Did you Google it?
It's a Latin word.
What does it say? What does it mean?
It's nothingness.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
So capable of manifesting seemingly nothing within the very heart of the town. Maybe.
So it should pop up out of nowhere and should
Yeah.
manifest out of nowhere. Makes sense.
Google it.
I like it.
Google
Google. Hey,
is
Google.
our friend. So the genesis of the Black Annis. Its legend remains largely obscured by the passage of time, prompting a lot of speculation and academic discourse regarding its true prominence. She represented a multifaceted figure, likely arising from a complex string of historical events, ancient pagan beliefs, and the fundamental human imperative to comprehend and control the unknown, particularly the formidable aspects of nature and the human psyche. So, for us to understand her origins requires navigating all these layers of the historical record, the mythological interpretation, and social psychology.
Mhm.
So, at its most fundamental level, Black Annis functions as an archetypal boogeyman.
Gotcha.
So, this constitutes perhaps the most straightforward explanation for her persistence, presence in folklore. So, parents and guardians would, invoke her terrifying appellation to instill.
If you keep doing that, Black Annis
Yeah.
is going to come get
Yeah.
you.
It was to instill fear and enforce behavioral compliance.
Right.
So the admonition was unequivocal. Should children exhibit misbehavior? Should they stray too far from home or remain outdoors after dusk? So Black Annis would abduct and consume them if they did.
Hmm.
So this instrumental application of her legend underscores its critical role in social regulation, and it imparts cautionary lessons regarding the perils in the external world, particularly during the nocturnal hours. And it emphasizes the paramount importance of keeping to a prescribed set of rules and remaining within the designated safe boundaries of the village.
That makes sense. Because, I mean, if you look across the globe, everybody's got their boogeyman,
Mm-hmm.
right? And, if you go out at night, boogeyman's going to come and get you. Or
Yeah. So it also serves as just to reinforce the cultural normal,
mm-hmm.
the norms of the culture. It provides narrative framework for the inexplicable dangers like missing children or illness. And it offers a tangible focus for anxieties about the wild and the unknown. So she served as a vivid personification of all the dangers awaiting the incautious, the children, and it was a device to keep communities safe.
That makes sense.
So a prominent, intriguing theory that Black Annis is not merely a simplistic monster, but rather a distorted or demonized remnant of a much older pre-Christian deity. So this perspective links her to an ancient pagan belief system and the powerful female figures that were in it. And occasionally these figures were very feared in these early spiritual traditions. And it's just a continuity of these same creatures across the changing religious landscapes.
It makes sense because when one area gets taken over by somebody else, their deities become demons or what bad things in whatever other society. So therefore, now they went from being whatever they were with this other society to now this new society, they're bad.
Yeah. And a lot of researchers propose a direct link to Celtic mythology. Specifically to potent mother goddess such as Danu or Anu, who was associated with the land, fertility, and at times death and destruction.
And it burrows in the ground like a mole. Creepy Granny Annis.
Granny Annis. So this dualistic nature is common in ancient pantheons. Others might suggest a connection to a Germanic or a German mythology, citing figures like Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld who presided over the deceased in the realm of the dead. So these proposed connections imply that Black Annis might represent a localized manifestation of a broader, ancient archetype of a powerful female deity. And
Shell says she's on Rumble.
Rumble! Let's get ready to rumble!
Saturday.
So the original veneration transformed into fear with the advent of a new belief system. So Donald Alexander Mackenzie, he had an influential 1917 work. It was a scholarly work, Myths of Crete and Pre-Hellenic Europe. So he advanced the compelling hypothesis that the Black Annis legend could trace its origins to an ancient European mother goddess figure who was also perceived as a devourer of children. The other white meat.
Fava beans.
So this inherent duality of creation and destruction, life giver, life taker, it's a common motif in numerous ancient pantheons and often reflects the unpredictable and sometimes harsh realities of nature. So he drew a striking parallel connection between Black Annis and various powerful, often formidable female deities. And including the fierce Kali,
Okay.
goddess of time and change, often associated with destruction. Gallic Mueller Teach and Kalich Behir were winter hags. The Greek Dementor, particularly in her darker grief-stricken aspects, such as when Persephone was abducted, and the Mesopotamian demon Labartu, a child-killing demoness, and the Egyptian goddess Isis, Hathor, and Neith, who, despite their benevolent aspects, could also embody fierce, protective, and destructive qualities. So his theory suggests that Black Annis might embody a forgotten or suppressed memory of these ancient sacrificial rites, potentially human sacrifice. So these older deities were often reinterpreted as malevolent forces.
Yep.
So in many cultural contexts, the crone archetype embodies old age, wisdom, and occasionally a darker, more destructive manifestation of female power. Now, Black Annis perfectly aligns with this archetype, personifying the fears associated with untamed womanhood and mortality, particularly when divorced from conventional maternal or nurturing roles. So initially, the crone might have been revered for her wisdom in connection to the cycles of life and death. However, with societal shifts and influences, this figure often became demonized, and it was viewed with suspicion and fear, especially if she lived outside societal norms. So Black Annis represents the wild, untrammeled, feminine, beyond societal strictures, symbolizing the raw force of nature and the inevitable cycles of decay and dissolution. So her transformation into a child-eating hag could be interpreted as a Christianization or demonization of an earlier, more complex pagan deity, stripping her of any benevolent attributes and emphasizing only her terrifying aspects.
Yep. That happened a lot.
And I'm going to let you do this other one. That was a lot.
So Agnes Scott, is that
my kin?
related, Jason?
She was a historical figure and from England. I'm from Scotland.
Scottish. So Agnes Scott has a theory on the origins, and perhaps the most compelling and empirically grounded theory linking Black Annis to a historical individual centers on a figure of Agnes Scott. Jason, did you know that you came from baby eaters?
I came from a deity.
A baby eater deity.
An old hag.
a black old hag. Blue, really.
Yeah. Bluish
with iron
face, iron talons.
Yeah. So now this hypothesis offers a fascinating insight into the process by which historical persons and events can be transmuted into monstrous folklore through collective memory. Misinterpretation and societal cultural evolution, which can demonstrate how a real-life narrative can be warped into a terrifying myth. Now, the anchoress nun, Agnes Scott, was a verifiable historical figure, identified either as a late medieval anchoress or a religious recluse who committed to a life of solitary prayer, often immured within a small cellar cave, thereby becoming physically and socially isolated. So if you ever wanted to know what an anchoress was, that's what it is.
Yeah. A hermit. A very religious hermit.
Living in a cellar or a cave. Woo. Now, according to some accounts, a Dominican nun who dedicated her life to the care of a local leper colony. Crucially, she is believed to have resided in a cave within the Dane Hills. Now, the precise geographical location associated with Black Annis's bower or her reclusive lifestyle, combined with her potential association with disease or leprosy, would have rendered her an um, enigmatic and potentially feared figure to the local populace, fostering the environment which would be ripe for misunderstanding and exaggeration. Now, the distortion of historical memory, proponents of this theory propose that the memory of Agnes Scott, which was a solitary woman residing in a cave, had become distorted and exaggerated over time. Thereby, it transformed her into a terrifying black Annis. Now, this distortion could have been precipitated by several socio-cultural factors. One being her isolated existence and potentially an unusual appearance, which could be because of age or aesthetic practices or even effects of disease. Could have been readily exploited by locals to fabricate a frightening narrative for children, which served as a convenient boogeyman to enforce discipline and obedience. Now, the simplicity and effectiveness of such a tale would ensure its rapid spread and retention.
You ruined the old granny for her.
I'm sorry.
Now she's the creepy granny.
Creepy
Creepy Granny Scott.
It's Jason's family. I'm just saying. Serving as a convenient boogeyman to enforce discipline and obedience. Now, the simplicity and effectiveness of such a tale would ensure its rapid spread and retention. So, during the Protestant Reformation in England, there was a notable increase in anti-anchrotic and anti-monastic sentiment. Now, these practices were seen as remnants of the Catholic past, such as Agnes Scott, which embodied an older Catholic tradition of reclusion and might have been demonized or portrayed negatively to discourage such practices and promote the new religious order. That wouldn't happen. This demonization would have been a deliberate act of cultural reshaping. You think that would happen?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. Sorry, Granny, you're evil. I don't want your candy. Now, in the Victorian era, which is a period characterized by renewed scholarly and popular interest in folklore and ancient myths, the narrative of Agnes Scott may have become conflated with the ancient goddess Anu, who actually shared a similar name. Thus, academic and popular association, perhaps fueled by a desire to find pagan roots for local legends, could have further solidified her monstrous pre-Christian image in the collective consciousness, which kind of blurred the lines between historical fact and mythological interpretation. I could see it happening. Now, Jason's distant cousin, Agnes Scott, in her capacity as caregiver to lepers, I could see that, though. Jason, I would see Jason trying to take care of leper people. He's just nice like that. Or as a revered recluse, received tokens or offerings from these she aided, and those were displayed within her cave as devotional objects or simple mementos. And then later generations might have misinterpreted them. They could have been perceived as trophies, which were indicative of a more sinister cannibalistic nature, thereby reinforcing the gruesome details of the legend and transforming symbols of charity into signs of horror.
So I can see where this ties into leprosy and flaying of skin.
Yes.
So she might have flayed a leper skin and,
Maybe. Now, this theory represents a compelling narrative illustrating how historical individual viewed through the lens of fear and religious transformation and evolving cultural narratives could serve as a fundamental basis for a terrifying mythological feature. Thereby, it demonstrates the intricate interplay between history, folklore, and the powerful capacity of collective imagination that reshapes reality.
So I think it's the Black Anna stands as a profoundly powerful and chilling figure within English folklore. A grotesque hag characterized by a cyanotic visage, iron claws, an insatiable craving for human flesh, particularly that of the other white meat children.
Little children, come here, children.
It's deeply rooted in the Dane Hills of Leicestershire, and her legend functioned as a potent cautionary narrative. It influenced local customs, it shaped architectural practices, and it fostered a pervasive fear that persisted for centuries. Irrespective of whether her genesis lies in ancient, demonized pagan goddess, a distorted and such exaggerated recollection of a historical individual such as Agnes Scott that Dave was talking about, or simply it could be a terrifying embodiment of the dangers that lurked in the wilderness. So the Black Annis, it encapsulates all of the human fears. These include the perils of untamed environments, the vulnerability of children, and the unsettling aspects of untamed, destructive, and feminine power. So her enduring presence in her narratives, the literature, the local memory, it demonstrates her chilling potency and the timeless nature of human apprehension. I think it ensured her continued relevance as a subject of both academic and popular fascination.
Yes. I think it's funny though how, like we talked about, how she could be a historical figure, but how that was skewed to become a boogeyman.
Yeah.
But then how other aspects of other things that could have been overlaid upon this actual person to create this thing of nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because if you really think about it, here in the South, we have Granny always talked about boogeyman and
the boogeyman.
Yeah. Don't go out at nighttime. Don't do this, right? Don't go out in the woods and because the boogeyman's out there. It's just funny because these cultural things are pervasive, not just depending on where you live. It doesn't matter where you're from around this world. You've got these beings that you're always told to beware of at nighttime. Mm-hmm. That give all these kids nightmares.
Yeah.
Can't sleep. I don't want to sleep in my own room because,
well, I mean,
something's under my bed.
The lore of it could be partial truth about some old lady living in a cave that liked to eat children. I mean, it could have happened.
That's possible too, because I mean, you look through history and I mean, those kinds of things did happen.
Yeah. I mean, it could have turned into a big thing that you didn't go out at night because of this thing.
But we say the same thing to kids nowadays. I mean, when we grew up, Jason, parents didn't care. Mm-mm. You go run around, do whatever. Just come back when the lights come on at night.
Street lights come on.
Yeah, be home. That's right. They didn't really care, but now you have to worry about all these things, all these crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
They existed then.
Yeah, I think they did, but they wasn't as prominent and wasn't as strong as they are today. Today, I wouldn't walk down the street myself after dark. Somebody would kill you. Back then, I think it did happen, but not as much.
I think it depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Baby girl Casper says the Witch of Cityco. Spearfinger.
Spearfinger.
That was one of the areas that she was supposedly in, was in Cityco area.
Yeah.
When I was reading this story, that was what I really thought of a lot, was Spearfinger. Just some of the aspects,
Mm-hmm.
are pretty close. I wouldn't say they were exact by any means, but they're pretty close.
Oh, yeah. It was a good story. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yes. I want to thank everybody for showing up for sure.
Yes. And
listening to this, and hopefully you don't have bad dreams.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't have bad dreams.
Don't have bad dreams.
So, remember
This Saturday,
we got Greg Ogles coming on the show, going to talk to us about some paranormal, some
Bigfoot,
some dog man, maybe.
Yeah, he's got what? How many DVDs does he have out? How many movies?
I know he's got 2 that's out, and I think he's working on a 3rd one.
Right. Jason purchased the last one.
Yeah.
And I will say it was good.
It was
good. Interesting.
It's one of the best documentaries I've watched.
Yeah.
On
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's fascinating. If anyone's watched, some of our shows that we did in Townsend, he did about like 40 minutes or something with us.
Yeah.
So, we've sat down and got to talk to Greg a little bit before, and he has a lot of tales. And what's cool is that he actually comes from an engineering background.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a guy that when he explains things, he's explaining these things from an engineer's mind, so it's pretty detailed. But I will say that last movie that he put out, it was fascinating.
Yeah, you can go get it at relicfilms.com. I think you might be able to download it. I know you can order a DVD. So go check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Now the Saturday after, Thursday, do we not have a show? Thursday?
Yes, we have a show with Vic Cundiff.
And he's going to be talking to us about Dogman. That's this coming Thursday.
Yep.
And then, so Saturday, Greg Ogles, Vic, next Thursday. Next Saturday, we will not have a show. We will be at the Bigfoot conference in, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Definitely come visit us. I think this is one of the best lineups that they've had since we've been going. This is like our 5th year. I really think this is their best lineup ever.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really good time there. And of course, we're going to be there signing books and talking and everything. So wish everybody could come out and visit us. I think it's $30 a ticket.
Something like that.
And, but definitely come out and visit us if you can. But we're going to be doing an investigation on Sunday night from that area. That's what I'll say. People who's been listening to the show for the last few weeks will know exactly where that is. I know one person that's in there. Well, knows where we're going to be going. But we're going to be doing a late night investigation. And if we get good enough signal, we will do it live. If we do not, we will at least record it. And then Jason will work his movie magic and put it out for us. Right, Jason?
Yeah.
And so definitely look for that. We'll maybe the Thursday after, if we can't do it live, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
About some of the stuff that happened, which will be kind of fun. So, definitely look forward to all of that. We've got a bunch of other people coming up Saturday's past, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
After all that. So it's going to be a full lineup for quite a while. So definitely stay tuned. You have anything, Jason?
Nope.
No?
Take us out.
All right. Remember, you can find us at paranormal411.org, paranormal411 on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. You tune in live every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, Saturdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, Saturdays at 10 p.m. to 11, if you're in the metro Atlanta area, you catch us on WPJY-FM. That's 99.1 FM. Outside Atlanta, you listen to us at WPJYFM.com, or you go to our website, paranormal411.org, and click on the link. Now, we're also on Subspace Radio and all major podcast platforms. We have a book out right here. Book right here. It's a really pretty book. It's the Hauntings and Lore Edition 2. It's the Hauntings and Lore Edition 2. It is available on Amazon or at paranormal411.org. Join us. Join us.
See y'all next time.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Have you ever wondered what lurks in the shadows? What secrets the night hides? What strange phenomena might be happening just beyond your perception? Join us as we journey into the world of the paranormal, exploring everything from ghosts and UFOs to cryptids and unexplained occurrences. From haunted houses to all things paranormal, join us in the search for the truth behind the veil. Welcome to Paranormal 411.